Hi, I'm Dave Behler-Young. I'm one of the customer assurance reps here at Behler-Young, and today we're going to do a little video tip on the digital display on the Midea Bryant multi-zone mini splits. There is a 2-digit digital display inside the multi-zones, would allow us to do a lot of troubleshooting from the multi-zone. Number one, in the event of a fault code, we'll have fault codes on the indoor units. We're also going to have a fault code on the outdoor unit. So we're going to come out here and see what the fault code is. This little list here, which you'd find in the troubleshooting manual, and it's also in the unit, will allow us to look at different points on this unit. Valve position, what size fan coils are connected to which port, the compressor speed, if there are limits on the compressor, all the sensors throughout the whole unit, whether the indoor units, the outdoor units, we can read all these sensors for troubleshooting. So this is a pretty helpful thing. So if I look at this list, there's quite a few. We go from 1 all the way to 51, right? In the unit here, there's right here is the SW1 button. Now sometimes it's hard to find it, but it is in there. It's a little black button. We're going to press that button, and every time we press it, it's going to give us some different information. So the first thing I'm going to do is press it one time. And it's going to come up and tell me the quantity of indoor units that are connected to this system. On this one it says 3 because I have 3 fan coils. Obviously for troubleshooting and I had 4 and I only show 3 here, it means one of them is not communicating. The next thing is if I press it 2, it's going to tell me what mode the thing is in. Is it in cooling? Is it in heating? Is it in standby? 3 through 7 tells me what each indoor unit capacity is, starting with port A, port B. So if I press this 3 times, 1, 2, 3, it's going to tell me that the capacity of the fan coil that's connected to port A, which happens to be over there. The next thing is 8 through 12 tells me the demand of each fan coil. If I go a little further on the line, it tells me what my demand code is. So what demand the unit's calling for, what the frequency is, and also what frequency is being sent to the compressor. A little further on the line, from 17 to 21, tells me what the suction sensors are reading on each one of the ports. So if I were to press this one 17 times, okay, it will tell me what the port A sensor is reading on the suction line. Then I can go down from 22 to 26 and I can read all of the return air sensors. So in my fan coils, I can read the return air sensors. And if I go from 27 to 31, it's going to read all the evaporator temperature sensors. So what's kind of cool about this is if we think we have a sensor out of calibration, I can simply look and see what each sensor is reading. Well, further on down the line, 37 to 41 is going to tell me what position each of the expansion valves are in. So if I got a zone that's calling, but I'm not getting cooling, I can go in here and say, okay, port A, the valve is open 80 pulses. So 80 pulses is pretty far open. So if I'm not getting cooling, then I may have a problem with my valve, I might have a problem with charge, or so on. History of fault codes. I can look at what my previous fault codes were. And when we're pressing this, because like I said, we go from number 1 to number 51. If I continue quick enough, I can go 1, read, press a button to 2, and it will continue on. So I don't have to scroll through the whole number. And also it's going to keep track as I'm pressing the buttons of what number I've pressed. So if I have to go to number 47, it'll go 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 47. All right. So this is a troubleshooting feature on the multi-zones, which is really tremendously helpful. I've used it a lot in troubleshooting these, plus again the fault code actually shows up on here. This can be found in the troubleshooting manual, which you can find on either HVAC Partners. You can call one of your branches. They can print it for you, email it to you. And a lot of times you can just Google the model number and Google will bring up the service manual. So if you print the service manual, this list is in there and it'll help you again troubleshooting. That's today's tip. My name is Dave Behler-Young. I'm with the Behler-Young company and we're talking about Midea Bryant Ductless mini splits. Thank you.